For us, every day is a new opportunity to make sure our first impressions are always our best and to see possibilities on the horizon, to make our facilities and services more accessible and find freedom all around us. With a location proximity to active markets, with a liberal air transportation policy, that daily pursuit is how we turn everyday opportunities for you. For all destination marketing support, customized packages for new existing airlines and operators, and for a highly ranked tourist destination, the Gambia Civil Aviation Authority is here to serve. We regulate air transport, operate and manage BIA technical requirements merged with commercial considerations. We have experienced and well-trained aviation professionals to cater for your needs. For investment opportunities in building airport hotels, shopping malls, playground for children, do contact us on 4472-831, 4472-893. Gambia Civil Aviation Authority. We go beyond daily.
STUART & Co. Solicitors, a legal excellence firm in London that can help you with all aspects of your legal work. If you are looking at immigrating to the United Kingdom, STUART & Co. can help you to set up business, buy houses in the UK, and will deal with all your legal works from start to finish.
For all your general immigration work, we can help you with that as well. If you're applying for any form of visa, whether student visas, settlement visas, marriage visas, or a child wanting to come to the United Kingdom to settle with the family, we can help you to achieve your goals.
STUART & Co. Solicitors, a legal excellence firm specializing in conveyancing, immigration, litigation, family law, personal injury, licensing, no win, no fee. Contact us today at www.sk-solicitors.com.
And do small or big projects with the same dedication and commitment as we do. With a reputation as the leading printing company in the country, when it comes to major projects and innovative solutions, we always deliver in high quality, thus receiving the trust and confidence of our clients. From the moment your order is placed to when it is delivered, we believe in exceeding expectations from the sales manager to the production team, the account manager, and the person delivering your material. We have state-of-the-art equipment and a highly experienced and competent workforce that enables us to deliver top-quality work on time. At reasonable prices, we provide our clients with multiple solutions right from conceptualizing, designing, printing, binding, publishing, and distribution. For all your printing requirements, we are strategically located at the Sankumsila Highway, the Gambia Printing and Publishing Corporation. We print what you desire.
Introducing Gamtel Corporate Internet for home use. See who everyone at home can be online at the same time and for less than you think.
Now daddy can be home early and mommy and dad with the family can all have fun together.
You can now complete your work at home with our stable, secured and super fast home broadband fixed wireless internet.
Home internet couldn't be faster.
Download, stream videos, research, play games, learn online and work from the comfort of your home.
You can do with the internet.
Join Gamtel Sihu today and enjoy the fastest home wireless broadband internet at an affordable monthly subscription.
Gamtel, creating a brighter future in communications.
Sophie meew la bu sell te neex baax na ci halal ak mag yépp am na calcium, iron, protein ak vitamine yu bari. Sophie full cream powder milk la am na 20 gram, 200 gram ak 400 gram. Ku ko ñam dootu ko bàyyi. Sophie, proudly Gambian.
Hello, Modou ma ne demal ma GIA léegi nga fayal ma suma tiketu Makka bi. damay dem di GIA laay demal.
man de kon fa laay demee.
xanaa xamuloo woon foo war a demee GIA ñoo ko moom kon foo war a demee
xanaa GIA
rek nga war a demee sa bos la yaa ko moom soo ca demee ca nga war a demee boo ca demut ca nga war a demee
waaye kon dama la jox nga dem jënd li ma rek
ayca
waaye ndey seen dëkkukaay nag
dëkkuwaay yi dafa baax ba dee gis nga fi ñu dëkkoon daaw ca Medina danga naan allahu akbar ca xaram ba nga dox ndànk génn sa néeg dox ndànk dem julli Makka nag kenn waxatu ko ñu ngi ca digg ba da ngay taxaw nii seen lamp yi xaram bi yaa ngi may dégg te nag képp koo xam ne da ngay julli ji rek foo nga jaar suñu boor dem ca xaram ba
waaw lekkookaay
yow dañuy lekk ba doyal lekk ba suur ñun dañuy lekk ba desal lekk ba génn ci biti di maye
kuy fay nag fooy fay jee
Ecobank bu la gën a jegeñ dem fa 100,000 ngay déposit ca Ecobank ñu jox la receipt nga dem ca seen makkaan nga xam ne moo nekk ca bunti airport ba jox leen ko ñu jox la seen receipt wa illa nga dem nag Kayraba ca seen office ba 50 Kayraba Avenue ca buildingu FIG
asalaamaaleykum
waaw yow béti ku dem Makka ni da ngay dem Makka
du ma fi bàyyi fay naa bu yàgg fay naa sax
jinta GIA la di GIA ñooy jaatal seen tur rek defal ko ba mu baax def lan Gambia National Travel and Hajj Agency fépp foo xam ne mbirum ticket la rek ñoo ko yore aj geeg ñaaw geeg dem gi yëpp ñoo ko yore ma ne lépp lu jublu ci muri aj rek ñoo koy def
mooy avion
waaw seen office ba nga xam ne moo nekk ca seen bunti airport ba seen office bi xam nga nañ ko tabaxee comme plane soo duggee ci biir sax plane bi yëkkati la yóbbu la GIA nag ñoo national carrier yow tamit nag
GIA ñoo ko moom
Musa Ngom jaaraama séeréer bu ndaw jaaraama Musa waaw Thierno lan la
sam pap
dee na
déedéet daf ma yónni woon ma joué ko bii
waaw
yàlla def mu gagné jàppoon $100,000 la gagné
laa ilaha illallah
te yow xam nga ne sama papa dafa amee cardiaque
yow da ngaa dof yow xam nga luy $100,000
am naa ko kay man naa lu ñëw bëggoon nga dimbali ci
demal na nga def damaa toog rek sama xel mi ne ci yow xam nga bërki démb li daal si benn waay fee waaw ma romb ko rek bërki démb waaw muy yuuxu di tëb ma ni kii lu ko dal ñu ni ma daal ci loto gaming Gambie bi la laal
jar na ko
laal na ci lu di waaw
nga dafa am quarté am kente am tiercé waaw maanaam nag tey jii
waaw
kente bi la te jackpot bee passé xaalis
kente mooy lan
kente maanaam mooy juróomi fas yi
waaw beneen bi
am na quarté mooy ñeenti fas yi ak tiercé tey nag xaalis bi daa gën a yokk
lu tax
ndax jackpot bële dañ kaa tegaat ci bii maanaam juróomi fas yi boo ko jàppee ci ordre mooy risque nga désordre bi sax day fay bu ma ko jàppoon
yooyu moom noonu la demee da ngay dem rek jouer
am na lu ma yaakaar
man gis naa seen kii yi kees yu ndaw yi ci biir dëkk bi mais daal dama ne lii moom amul xaalis da nga ciy def sa xaalis da doo am
jël wecce rek sànni ko fa xool jëmbat la laa ilaha illallah yow li nga wax ni tey ji bu yàlla dogaloon ma gañe ko lu mu gàtt
fi mu toll nii boo gañe woon $100,000
waaw lu may def
waaw nooy def
xam nga yow sama xarit nga
waaw
damay fexe nga rey say noonu
ci nan
lu mu gàtt $50,000
waay
Thierno woowee ambulance
lan la lu xew ni
sa baay gay dee na
sama papa gay lu ko rey
$100,000 danaa ne ko boo ma gañaloon si li ma la yónni dama ko koy jox mu daanu ni sama kaw
man waxuma ko mu waxee woon la ko noonu yow la ko waroon informé ndax yow yaa ko gagné yaa gagné jàppoon.
Dreaming of owning a property in a prime location with great proximity and fantastic neighborhood? EJ Investments Sanyang Seaview Estate is the best choice you have been waiting for. Our Sanyang Seaview Estate is approximately 15 minutes drive away from the busy hub of Brusubi roundabout and into the heart of nature, where you can have a peaceful and relaxed lifestyle with your family. You can buy a finished 4-bedroom story with 5-year flexible payment plan or a service plot with 2-year payment plan option. With over 300 homes, you will enjoy big tar roads with covered drainage, modern electrification with solar street lights, gated entrance with security post, and a breath-catching experience of our beautiful sea view and lake view. You can own a home today at our Sanyang Seaview Estate. Call us today on 446-4838 or 325-9220. Visit our website on ejinvestments.net. EJ Investments, first in property.
Effective January 1st, 2019, the Gambia Revenue Authority, in consultation with the Ministry of Finance and Economic Affairs, have now effectively removed charges on tax identification number TIN. Yes, no more charges on TIN. This means you can now walk into any GRA tax office and obtain a tin free of charge. Not only that, the new tin has improved features and appearing this time not on a hard copy but in a simpler A3 size copy. Application for a tin remains the same, and all you need to do is to provide your national ID card, passport copy, or a birth certificate to obtain one. Applicants are urged to apply in person or give written authority to representatives or people processing their applications on their behalf and avoid using agents. Rush now to any GRA office to get your tin at absolutely no cost. GRA, collecting revenue for national development.
Every young Gambian dreams of a university degree. He wants a good paying job after graduation, a pretty wife, and ultimately own a dream home.
What if I can't afford my desired dream home?
And that is why you need to visit Universal Properties.
We specialize in customer satisfaction. We listen to every of our clients' needs when we show the properties to our client. Before you know it, you hear the client saying,
I like this house.
This is the room that cuts my heart.
And most of the time, they cling to the door, never to let go. Most clients want to close the deal right there. And that is why we always have their contracts in the trunk of our cars. We work at our client's pace. No haggle, no hassle.
We're waiting for you at our office in Caraba Avenue here in the Gambia.
Have you run out of cash power? Do you want to transfer funds to your family? Or do you want salary advance without coming to the bank? Your banking services have just been brought to you on your mobile phone. Download and install from your App Store or Google Play Trust Bank's mobile app. Simply search for TBL mobile app and follow the instructions. You can access the following services: funds transfer, cash power purchase, forex rates enquiries, mobile airtime top-up, mini statement, balance enquiry. TBL app is the only app that allows you to take salary advance and many more. You can also interact with your customers using our USSD code by dialing *533#. At Trust Bank, we bring innovation that is useful to you, our valued customer. With our mobile app and USSD, banking is at your fingertips. Trust Bank Limited, proudly Gambian.
Hello and welcome to this special interview. This evening with me I have Mrs. Phaatemah Sandeng. She's the president and founder of the Solo Sandeng Foundation, and of course now she's a big activist. And Phaatemah, for the first time, welcome to Kerr Fatou.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here, and I'm a big fan of Kerr Fatou. I must say that.
In communication, connectivity is everything. We ensure that the links never sleep. Quantities and qualities, all in our data service, providing efficient, reliable voice and data service. We believe if you're not up to speed, then you're going backwards. Communications have to flow as fast as the speed of light. Whatever business you're in, having someone who understands your needs is critical. That is why we just don't offer you technology, we offer you solutions. Enjoy Gamcel's internet broadband anytime, anywhere. Your national operator, Gamcel, Yai Baram.
But before we get to the interview, we want to first get your reaction. You know, the TRRC is what's trending right now.
Right.
And Yankuba Toure, the former minister, refusal to cooperate with the TRRC. He's been arrested, and we just learned that he's been charged with murder. And the interesting thing is that the Minister of Justice himself is representing the state in this case.
So firstly, I must say that that is very exemplary, because at the end of the day, I said it when he refused, I said it. If the state refuses or fails to show Yankuba Touré that we own this narrative, we want the truth, and we are not messing up with the Gambian people, they have been messed up with for a whole 22 years, then anybody coming to the TRRC would refuse to testify. Anybody coming to the TRRC would disrespect the people of the Gambia and the authority of the TRRC. So I'm just going to say I'm glad that an example is being set on Yankuba Touré. First, he has been charged and then of something, and then
of murder.
No, not this one. He has been charged with tampering with a TRRC witness.
Yeah.
He got away with it.
Yeah.
So to me, he was trying another chance of showing that you guys cannot do anything to me. I am so fierce. We have not done anything. But that fact that the state has taken the stance and the justice minister has represented the Gambia gives me hope, and I guess gives a lot of people hope that the TRRC is what it is. It says that it is.
And now let's talk about your mission here.
Sure.
Let's talk about your mission. Recently, just like you said, a couple of days ago, the New York Times and all international media revealed. Of course, this story has been a story that a lot of us had on the online newspapers when Tufa came out to accuse the former president of rape and. You know, I mean, they said most of the time when our people report on issues, we take it lightly. Yeah. But coming from an international media like the New York Times, the BBC, and even CNN reported on it, it became a big thing. And we saw somebody like you came out also and spoke about your experience. Tell us, what inspired you to come out and talk about your experience? Was it the Tufa case, or what really inspired you?
So actually, I was, because we work with Reed, Brody, and Mario, like a great lady who conducted the investigations of the whole rape allegations and stuff. So Reed was introducing me to Mario one day, and I told her, you know, I nearly got raped. And I know a girl who I was in the same school with, even though I seniored her, who said she got raped. So I could try and connect you guys, and then we could look into the rape investigations. So I have been motivated, and then it is about Jammeh to justice. That is my biggest motivation. That motivates me, it gets me going. Because Jammeh to justice is what entails all of these things. Because Jammeh cannot get away with all that he has done to the Gambian people. So I had my experience, and a few people knew about it. You don't just, I didn't want to come out and talk about all of those things. At the end of the day, I just looked at it that I escaped, and then, well, it's fine. But then I was like, so if Tufa got raped, if other girls that we heard on, like Aisha Njai, and a lot more, are saying they have been used as sex slaves. So if those people come out and tell their stories, I got there. I nearly got raped. And then the same people picked us. The same drivers drove us to the same place. So it means this could be true. The same event that was used as a shield to rape those girls was the same event that I was told, yeah, prepare, you're going to that event. So it clicked and everything made up, you understand? So I was like, if I don't speak up, then I owe those girls a lot. Then it means I can say my story, and then they will say their story. The only difference is that I didn't get to be raped, but I was almost raped, but they got raped. So I owe them that, and I owe the Gambian people, and I owe everybody else who had suffered under Jammeh to give them my part of the story, and also empower those women who, even if not Jammeh, have been raped by a lot of other people. Because the whole thing is, yes, Jammeh to justice, but Jammeh is not the only person doing this to our women, doing this to our girls. So we don't want to have women speak up. We want it to stop.
So I want to start with your experience with the former president, and then we will talk about the series of allegations that are coming out. You guys have inspired a nation right now, and it's encouraging that women are speaking up, because if somebody like Phaatemah Sandeng, who has been a victim of the former president, and she comes out and say he tried to rape me, it's somebody like me that was mind-blowing, because of this is the person who killed my father. This is the person who was my father's biggest opposition, but he also tried to rape me. Was this more of a personal thing to you? How did it feel at that point?
Yeah. Initially, I didn't think it that way, but with time, I got to think, is it that he was trying to get to my father, or trying to show him that you cannot mess with me, that I own
I
that?
can get to your family if I want
Yeah,
anytime.
so with time I thought that way. Firstly, I thought maybe he just doesn't like outspoken young ladies, and that is factual in how he hits on girls. So you see that the girls that mostly are affected are people who are outspoken, are intelligent, and you have this person who has an ego that he wants to satisfy himself that you are not that intelligent, too intelligent for me to mess with. So nobody is above me. So to satisfy my ego, I have to bring you down. So I see things that way. So mostly those people who have that egoistic problems are like that. They just want to own the whole thing and command everything. And anybody who's so much beautiful, like people say, so much intelligent, so much outspoken, you don't have to be the mighty one. I control the whole thing. So I think he had an obsession with something like that. And secondly, it might be, I cannot confirm that he was trying to get to my dad because they had tried a lot to get him on their side, and it was a no-no. So it might be that too. I can't tell. One thing I am sure of is that even though he didn't open his mouth telling me that I want to rape you, the scenario was just...
Yeah.
You can ask me. It was one night, so I was sitting.
Yeah.
And then I had a call. So it was a protocol. Said, oh, okay. So I'll pass you to my boss. I said, okay. I was sitting we were sitting in the living room. So then the boss happened to be Jammeh Jammeh, and then she called. She said, oh yeah, the president wants to see you. I was like, okay. So that was normal to me, pretty normal, because before that he had demanded or stated that we, my band, would be in any program that he organizes and we will perform. That was like not going back. You have to be there. So that was a dictator. You know, everybody understood that. Even though many people didn't understand. Some people just get back and say, "Oh, but you sang for this daughter. Oh, but you got you were going there." Fatou, you know me very well now.
We lived in this country, and so we know how things.
That's right.
Done.
So people might not see what is in, but they just see what is outside. So that is fine. So then that day I was like, "Oh, maybe it's not about my music." I said, "Okay. So is it that I'm coming with the one I sing with because we are two?" No, you're supposed to come alone. Then I felt that is abnormal. Yeah. So it said again, I said, can I come with my manager? Because if it is about music, so you either go with your manager
or you go.
Yeah, because it's about the music that we are supposed to talk about. Thinking. So, no, you're not coming with the manager. We didn't have that command. Like the instructions that we have is that you alone. I wept that night. My sister could bear me witness. She was laughing at me. She was like, the president called you and you were crying. In my mind, I said, you don't know what I'm thinking of. Why would I be someone alone? And that night, it was a back and forth. I said, no, I can't go alone. I have to go with my manager, the one I sing with. And then the chief protocol had to call me and say, please understand, I heard you're being stubborn with my juniors, but it's a command. It's just, that is what is said and given. You can't come with anyone. Else, it's a problem for us too, because you're not just definitely not coming with anyone. So I told my dad, and he was like, you're not going anywhere without anyone. So he became skeptical too. Why would I be someone alone? And the lady that night told me, so when you're coming tomorrow, you bring some clothes, extra clothes. The president wants to see me alone.
And bring extra
And
clothes.
I should bring extra. Why? I live in Serakunda, the state house is in Banjul. So everything just became, I don't understand.
At that point, you thought you were going to the state house?
Yeah. Up to the morning that I was being taken, I thought I was going to the state house. So then I started being skeptical because my dad was saying, you're not going. So I didn't confirm anything. So I told Jammeh, I said, so I will call you tomorrow morning. Don't come pick me. I'll call you when I'm done. I also wanted something from that. I said, so I'll call you when I'm done because I'm already engaged to do something tomorrow morning. So because they were calling me private numbers, so I couldn't get their number. So what I could do was that. So I said, could you send me because I can't see your number. So you text me. So I'll have your number tomorrow when I'm done with what I'm doing, so I can call so that whoever is going to pick me up can pick me up. So Jammeh texted me that night. I had her number. I saved it. So I spoke to my dad. In the morning, I was scared that my dad's life was going to be at risk when he tries to say, no, you're not going. And the president said, you have to come.
Especially they had a relation.
Yeah, so I was scared for his life. I told him, okay, so I'm allowed to go with someone. So he could rest a little. So he could just say, okay, it's fine. So he sat. Then that morning, I didn't allow the driver to come pick me from home. I went to Westfield. I met with my band members. Everybody was worried. They're like, we don't know. I said, well, that's it. Let me go. Whatever happens, that's it. So I was at Westfield. then I told Jimmy, okay, the driver can come pick me up. So I discussed with my band, and then we went out. The driver came in. He was a tough-looking guy, and he called. So, hello, it's me, the driver. I said, yeah, come in. So he came in. I saw the tough-looking guy. I said, oh, that should be him. So I said, guys, so it's time to go. So they came with me up to the gate, and then the car was there, tinted glass, black. Okay. So I got into the car. So doors closed, doors locked. Then we were going to another direction. But I thought I'm going to State House because the president said he wanted to see me. So I said, landing. The driver was landing Sanyang. So I said, landing, where are we going in Wolof? He said, no, President, I could buy you Kanila. I said, hey, I'm dead. Kanila? I said, ma fok ne mom State House. I'm going to State House. So everything got so crazy now. Because in my head, I was like, no. So then I had also had landing's number already. Yeah, because I used that trick to call you when I'm done, not you calling me.
Yeah.
So she passed me also landing's number. So when I'm done, I could just tell them. So I texted, when I was in the car, we were going to the direction of Kanilai. I said, that's it. So I texted my dad, both numbers. I said, anything that happens, these two numbers know where I am. So that's it. So we went. Landing on the way was telling me, you know, so feke daf la buga jox scholarship, nga ne ko wow, nga ko lan nga buga study ak you know. I said, okay, maybe he was trying to make me feel comfortable. Because he saw that I was not comfortable in the car. So I said, okay. Then we went to Kanilai, we drove in Sindola, I was shown, this is your room. I said, okay, so I was there, and then I was with Landing, he was always with me there. He was there, even if I had to go eat, it was with him. He had to be monitoring the one he brought. And then Jimby came and spoke to me, so I've informed the president that you are here, so I will know. So that night I had cars coming in, and then Jimby said, so we have unexpected visitors, so the president will not be able to see you. But I told you to bring extra clothes, did you? I said, no, because I thought the president was just going to see me. I didn't bring extra clothes. I said, okay, that's fine. So I just let him know that you're here, so he knows you're here, so you can relax in your room. I said, okay. So my dad called, why was it? I said, everything is okay, it's fine. So I acted normal. But in the room, I was checking, are there CCTVs or something? Should I undress? Should I go to the toilet? So I was so paranoid. I didn't know what was happening to me. I said, Landing, could you stay here in the room and don't go anywhere? Because I was thinking if Landing left or if anybody left me alone, he was coming in. So I told him, please stay with me in the room. So Landing also, I don't know why, but he was nice. He stayed with me there. So until it was time for me to go to bed, I said, okay, I have to go. I couldn't sleep. I locked my door.
How was that
checked
night?
my door.
How was that night, the first night, sleeping there, not knowing what is going to happen?
If I was put there,
are you going to be called or somebody's going to walk in?
Yeah, I checked my door. If it is closed like 10 times, like I could say, I was checking for CCTVs if they were here. I was just so, imagine that. He summoned you. You were put in a room alone there. You were told that he is there. So what is going to happen that night? I don't know. So I was there paranoid. Eventually I slept. It was morning, thank God. So that morning Jimmy came, was like, yeah, President Bangin, hello. So we were chatting. She was explaining I was in UK and we had a mutual friend that we knew. Yeah, I was dating him. You know, a lot of talks. Yeah, so, you know, talking about men, maybe to make me feel comfortable about why I was brought or I don't know. So he said, she had a call, yeah, the guy is up. So she said, okay, I'll let him know again that you're here. So Jimmy went to no avail. I was there waiting. So in the evening she came, she said, oh, so there will be a gamo inside and then you are supposed to be there. I said, yeah, but I have no clothes for the gamo. I was putting on my trouser and I remember it was a jean, you know, the jacket. So I said, I have no clothes. She said, okay, it's fine. I'll get you clothes. So I was there. And then white clothes were brought, they were put on the bed with a kind of veil for the gum or whatever, put on the bed and said, okay, so you were going to sleep until 1 a.m., around 1 a.m., then I'll call you, then you can dress up and come. 1 a.m.
1 a.m.
Yeah, so 1 a.m. I said, maybe today is the day. I don't know, since he didn't come last night, so it means today I'm the one being taken there.
Especially with white clothes.
Yeah, so in my culture, I think when you put on white, you're being taken to your husband for the first night.
Yes.
So I was so paranoid. Why would she bring these kind of clothes for me? But then I was a little comfortable that she said gamo or something. But now with Two for Story, I understood it was a cover-up sort of. The gamos or the religious activities were not to make you suspect or not to make anybody else suspect that something bad or anything could happen in a kind of setting. So fortunately for me, there was a funeral. So Jammeh called and said, "Yo, we're canceling. You're not coming anymore because somebody died just now." I said, "Oh, okay, but could you please tell him that I have signed a contract and I have to go perform. So I'm fine. I could go when he needs me. I can come back." I made up the story, but I needed to do anything to get out of that place. So she said, "I have no powers now. So I would tell him if he agrees, that's fine." So she then told me later that, yeah, he allowed you to go the third day. And then she came with a bag.
So you have been there for
like 3 days.
3 days,
yeah,
still waiting to meet him.
The waiting was killing.
Yeah.
You don't know what you were waiting for.
Yeah.
And what was going to happen.
That is the most traumatizing period.
Yeah, I told someone, I said, the act itself happening is one thing, but waiting to see and suspecting something like that is going to happen.
Exactly
that was killing. I didn't know.
But at that point, when you were waiting for 1 day, second day, and then the third day, did it click that it might be something like Ray, he's trying to get to you, or did anything cross your mind at that point?
Yeah, it clicked that it is not just a normal, I want to see you and talk about something. Because I added the things up, like, you cannot tell me to bring clothes, you're going to make me sleep there, you're going to make me come to Arigamo, I didn't come for something like that, I don't know. So things didn't add up, but also I was skeptical, but because I tried by all means to convince myself, no, nothing bad is happening to you, you're fine. So I was dying of thoughts, this is the positive one, no, the negative one comes in. No, it's not that, it's the positive one. So I actually honestly didn't know what to think, really. So then she came with a bag of money and said, "So the president said I should give you this, but if you don't tell anyone, he wouldn't tell anyone. So you take it and keep quiet and we will call you." I said, "So can I go home now?" She said, "No, tomorrow you can go home." I said, "In the morning?" "No, after lunch."
After lunch.
So it was like commanding how I even have to do things, when I need to go,
who you
what I
tell
have to
what.
eat, who I tell what. No, that is said to everyone basically who we spoke to.
Yeah.
Don't tell anyone. If you don't tell anyone, I'm not telling anyone. That's a way of telling me. So I'm so generous, don't tell anybody. So I said, okay. Eventually I told somebody, even that day. I just took the money, I went to the bank. I said, this is what I got from where I'm from. So it's not about hiding and saying. So also it's not about saying, yeah, you received money from him. Man, I took that money, I wanted to leave.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't let you leave, not without showing you that I'm so generous. And this is one thing of what the biggest things that I could do for you.
Yeah.
So you can see that in all the victims, it's something manipulative as giving you money, coming to mess with your family. Mine was not possible. You cannot mess with my family. So maybe it was trying with me. And then that's how Landing took me home. On my way home, we went by his house, saw his wife. He said, "We'll take you to my family." I said, "Okay, it's fine. Since I'm going home, it's fine." So we got in, showed me his family, and then we went. But he still didn't drop me back home. And on our way back, we came around this, is it Wulinkama or something? I don't know exactly where the chief protocol lived.
Yeah,
so we passed by.
Yeah.
We passed by his house.
Was it Sana, right?
Sana Jan.
Sana Jan, yeah.
So we passed by his house and we saw him. And then Landing came to this bakery here, the bakery at the turntable, and bought bread. Said, because they called him and said the bread there is finished. He had to buy bread for the president. So I was like, really? I'm sitting with this bread back here. Could just poison or something so that he can eat the bread if I have no magics or something. So yeah, so those were funny thoughts. And then he dropped me. I told him, drop me at Bundung. He dropped me there and then he went back home. So that was the terrific thing. So after that, I decided, you know what? That's not the main reason, but it contributed to why I had to quit
music.
I left the limelight. I just need to be myself, need to be somewhere that he wouldn't think I can get her.
Yeah.
You understand? So basically, honestly though, Allah came to me and maybe got me close to him. But I thank God till date that he made me escape from that. He showed me that this is not the place you have to be. It's so risky for you. Come close. So I got close to Allah. But that is one thing I had mindset. Should I stop or not? I said, you know what? This is risky. And I'm not, at peace with myself. I'm running risks. And then after the hijab, I was shown on TV by Lamin Cham. I had an interview with Lamin Cham. He was asking me why I stopped music. On that day that was aired on TV, Jammeh called again.
He called again. She called again.
She called because they were watching it together with the president. But the call was diverted to my friend. And then my friend called my sister because my phone was off. I was in the office. I started work already. So she told my sister, somebody's calling her a lot and I don't know why. So when I came back, my sister said, this number was calling you. When I called, Jimmy said, yeah, I was watching your interview with the president, and then we were watching about you quitting music. He wanted to speak to you, but he has gone to bed, so we will call you again. I said, okay. So that was it. I never got a call again. Maybe he said, snub this girl. I don't know or what. But then I just thank God that I escaped that. But what about those who didn't?
Yeah.
I have to speak out. I don't have to be selfish about me escaping it and I'm quiet about it.
When you hear somebody like Tufa, and I know you have spent a lot of time with
With her, yeah.
when she speaks about her story, how she was made comfortable going there. She found him as a father figure.
Right.
There was this protection issue there. You know, I'm going to sponsor your project.
Don't get married now.
Don't get married there. And you feel so comfortable. And all of a sudden, according to her, she was raped. When you hear stories like that, and then you know you had also been lured into something like that and you had escaped, how does it make you feel? What comes to mind when you hear her speak?
I don't think I've been saved by anything but God. I don't know what saved me that night. I'll just say God saved me. That is, if people ask me, well, how did you escape? I said, I don't know how I escaped. I just don't know how he agreed. I was trying chances, but I didn't expect him to agree that I could go home and they could call back. So I just say God saved me that night. And, you know, unfortunately for the other girls, that didn't happen in their case. So I feel like, oh my God. What if this had happened? What if I had put on that white thing and went to that Gamo thing? What if that person had not died? So it's overwhelming to think of. You still feel re-traumatized, like thinking, oh, what if I had gotten to that trap? So it's just, but alhamdulillah. That's what I'll be able to say.
So somebody like me, I was thinking, this person killed your father, and then you're also thinking he wanted to rape you.
Yeah.
That thinking, I mean, I know other people have been allegedly raped by him, but for you, that feeling, how does that, you speaking up broke so many hearts, because he was like, okay.
Why was he targeting the family?
Why the Sandeng family? Do you feel that way also at some
point?
point?
Sure. I was like, but why? Even before anybody knew about my story, it was in me. I was like, I am determined to bring you down because you were determined to bring me and my family down. And it was evident, it was factual. So now that you got away with one, let's say, literally saying getting away, but not meaning he's getting away with it, you could do one. I am also coming back at you. That little girl that you wanted to damage is coming back at you to say that you wanted to damage us totally, even though you damaged us. I would agree. My father was the figure of that family. He was the breadwinner of that family. He was everything to us. So there's a lot of gap and space in that family right now. So he's to pay for that. I have to show him that you were coming at us, now we are coming at you. And today I am more determined than ever to do that.
I know I have never spoken to you since, I mean, I did not have a courage to do a solo Sandeng interview since.
Yes,
for
I
the
know.
past, I have never done an interview.
I know, I think it's the
about
first
him.
time we're speaking,
yeah,
even at personal level.
Yeah, even at personal level.
Yeah.
I don't know, for some reason, I never had the courage to even do any interview about him because, you know, it was a little personal, I mean, emotional for me. But, you know, I know we have listened to this story, but for the first time for my audience, when you going through all this experience with the former president, and your dad has been arrested a couple of times, and he's never, he was somebody who never give up on whatever he believed in. And then even at risk of losing his life, he knew, and I remember when we had Mohammed on the brunch, when he was talking about how your dad was telling, you know, with Uncle Falang, say, nimma nying confront, ntebola nying kono. You know, it seems like he knew what he was doing, but he wanted to do it anyway.
My dad knew anytime he does things, he knows what he was doing. That is with him. He doesn't rush, even by talking or addressing things. He always would tell my mom, if you talk when it's not your time, it's a waste. So to him, doing stuff when it's not the right time is a waste. So him doing stuff, he thought it was the right time, and he did it. I mean, I was preparing to go to work that morning, and then we prayed Fajr together. So I got up to go have shower and said, Aji, I'm called Aji like at home. So he said, Nasi, so we need you to karana. I'm like, yeah, because ngata protest lala. It's a peaceful protest, but malo mimbe kela. So to protect you and everyone, but to protect all of you, that's my best friend. So you go to Yamundao, and my wife and the other kids wouldn't be here too. So my dad knew he was not coming home.
He knew he was.
I don't know if he knew he was going to die that day.
But he knew
something was going to happen. He was going to be arrested for sure. He was not coming up, but to him, he needed to impact something. And he was very sure that his arrest was going to spark something. I don't know how. I just don't know. But he said that.
And of course, his arrest impacted the change.
And he said it before he was arrested. So I don't understand. You know, it's like it was in him. So Uncle Suntu Ture in England would always tell me when he calls me, I called your dad that day. He was in the streets heading towards Westfield. I said, Solo, please, Alni, stop. And then I konya ko Suntu mimbe nkono science ni manyi match pass okay. Ntekairo sotala. Yeah. So he was for that cause. Solo came here so he could liberate the Gambians from the 22 years of dictatorship. The things he has been talking about, the tortures he has been investigating, and mind you, he has been doing those things individually, investigating, having CDs of people who have been tortured by Jammeh. Once when he was first arrested in, no, it was not the first time, but he was arrested in 2014. So the NIA wanted a CD from him. They would give him the phone when they need him to speak to my mom and say, to tell her to bring the CD. She would say, do not bring the CD. I have no CD to give.
Even when he was in custody?
Yeah, they needed something from him, but they would give him the phone. He said, okay, give me the phone. Hello? They would tell her to bring the CD. That's what we need. He said, don't bring anything. I have no CD to give. I am the only one responsible for anything. I am here with you, so do whatever you want with me. So they wanted to have some information and some videos from him to arrest more people, and he wouldn't give them. And we called and they told me, he's not here. We went there, he's not here. But, you know, we have been determined from start. In that 2013-14, my elder sister, my elder brother and me, we went to the NIA at night. We knocked their doors. They said he's not there. But determined, we checked the windows. And fortunately for us, there were these curtains that a little opened. We peeped in and we saw my dad seated in the parlor. There's this main parlor there. Yeah. And then he was watching news. And we knocked on that window, ba, ba, ba. And then there was noise. And then he checked, we said, ba, ba, na. He looked at us, we got relieved. Oh, nothing is wrong with him. And we said, we came here, we asking if you're here. And they said, you are not here. And he said, go home, please. I'm fine, you see, nothing is wrong with me. Just go home here. So we were determined to look for our dad and know where he was because they were telling us he's not here. We are going to look for him as his children. So this fight for the Sandeng family was not today. And standing and being there for each other was not today. And we have been going through a lot. And we have been determined, even in the faces of all those horrible things, to make sure that, you know, my father doesn't, you know, Allah said he was going to go through this. But we tried everything. My mom was also molested. She was pregnant and she was pushed out of the NIA during that incident when we were finding him. To say, push, he's not here. You know? And then she threatened to take them to court, and that was the day they released my father for the first time, and then they arrested him again, and then that's when they took him to Mile 2 for almost a month, and he was there. So the guy has gone through a lot for Gambia, and you know, it is about that person who doesn't brag about what he does.
Yeah.
The person who believes in something, wants to liberate a whole country, and he doesn't need to come out and say a lot, but he has gone through a lot.
So do you feel that, you know, Solo Sandeng died for electoral reforms? He didn't go out for any political party.
No.
He didn't go out for any other person. He went out to get electoral reforms, and he knew what he was doing.
Right.
But do you feel that since the change that his legacy has been upheld? We are working towards what he fought for.
Yeah.
I mean, it's evident that because of his death that we have New Gambia.
Right.
It is because he
I
died.
don't know who likes it to hear it or who doesn't like it.
I mean,
and I don't go about bragging about it because it's obvious. So I don't need to be saying it.
I mean, it's obvious. If it's obvious.
That's it.
And then for the first time, I saw you, the Phaatemah Sandeng that I know.
Yeah.
The Phaatemah Sandeng that I know. I have done so many programs with your band members.
Yeah. And I was a different person.
That calm girl, that sweet girl. All she knows is how to sing.
That was the day I became an activist.
Yeah.
That day.
And that day, President Jammeh was still in the country.
Yeah, I didn't care.
And you said to him,
you killed my father, and he is important to me,
Yeah.
like your children are important to you, or like you are important to your children. So I need my father dead or alive, and we are marching, and we need him.
And you said to the Gambian people, even if you don't come out.
I said I'm walking alone. If I see anybody at my back when I turn, thank God. But if there's nobody at my back, I am going alone. Because that is how you muster the courage to go. If you expect, oh, people will come, you might not go. Because people might back out. I knew Jammeh was there. Not everybody would have the courage to just come and walk with you.
Yeah.
But then when I said, if anybody is at my back, fine. If nobody is, we are going. Mind you, when I and Muhammad were leaving the house that day, the old women were dragging us, crying, whoa, they're going to kill you too. I'm like, yan fama dundi dame, nim fananta, yan dundi at least mba jalan. Ha, mbe wali ngini kan sa, until after yan muta. Yan sama fama bedami, then they can put me in that place, since they said he's not dead. Then I can see my father. But sitting and not knowing where he is, what's happened to him, maybe he's dead or not, that's not the option right now. So we are going, the two of us and everybody else, because we want to know where he is. So if we are being arrested, that's thank God for us. We want to know where he is. So on that day, it was nothing about going back home. It was about we're going and then we'll be arrested and put where my father is. Or we'll be killed so we can join him. So it was so crazy that day. And I didn't care if I was going to meet Jammeh on the way when I was going, but I was determined to walk to the prisons.
You were determined to walk into the prisons?
Yes.
And of course, that changed the whole landscape of this country.
That's right.
A lot of people say that was the day Gambians, there was no fear anymore at that point.
No. Sometimes I would be skeptical. I was like, I told my dad one night, we told my dad, so you think you don't want to run to Senegal after that arrest he was in Mali? So he said, please run to Senegal. He said, I can pack you guys and take you to Senegal so you can be there. I'm not going. So I'll turn Salsamba Senegal so I can have holidays or leave. I can come and see you, but I'm not going anywhere. We said, well, you're not going, we're not going. We all sat. That was it.
Yeah, so I was talking to somebody and this person was he said, Munema solo the fatigable Mati, Auntie Mati GRA,
yeah.
Kaliba Senghor's wife.
Yeah, they were best friends with Uncle Kaliba. Yeah. He paid my junior school, and I'll be grateful. His death really, really just got me crazy. He was a dad.
And I remember how she was explaining how the kind of crazy things your dad would do.
When Solo says, I'm doing this, that's what he's doing. You don't need to talk.
Wow.
No, you're not putting him back.
And for him, money was not the issue. It was more
He didn't want positions. Solo did not sit in an English class. Not even money. If it was money, APRC offered him, I swear. They offered him a lot of times. My brother is here and my family can attest to that. For him to just cross carpet and go to APRC with their monies. He said, you know what, when we meet, we can talk about friendship as people from Dipakunda and people, but don't go there because it's not possible. I respect what you believe in or who you support, and you should respect what I do too. I'm not going anywhere. So stop trying to put me on your side, So he was never for that. And it was not about the position because let's say maybe he knew that when there was changes, he had no papers to show for him to be whatever. No.
So
Solo had a sincere fight, a sincere love for humanity and a hate for dictatorship. And he always said, we have to make sure we just get rid of this. That was it for him.
Where did you think he got this inspiration from?
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't tell you. I got my inspiration from him, but I don't know where he got it from.
You don't know where he got it from.
No.
And then let's talk about his legacy. Do you think he was fighting for electoral reforms? And since the change of government, have you seen any signs of some of the things he wanted us to get to, some of the things he wanted to change? Have you seen any of those signs that definitely we will be able to honor Solo at the time of at the end of this 5-year mandate and say, yes, this is what he fought for, and definitely I think we should be able to say this was his legacy.
Right. So, so Solo was fighting actually for everything.
Everything.
A change of everything.
Everything.
So at that particular point, he saw that the change in the electoral laws, because there was election coming, was one way that we could attain the whole change of president.
Yeah.
That's why he went out that day for electoral reforms. But then one thing I'm optimistic about is the CRC, the Constitutional Review Commission.
Yeah.
If the constitution of the Gambia is being changed to suit the people and not what Jammeh made to suit himself or a particular president or a particular group of people, but for the Gambian people, for the interest of the Gambian people, I would say that is one thing that would honor Solo's legacy, because he wanted a constitution for the Gambian people, of the Gambian people. That is what he wanted. So if we have that, then those laws that govern us would be fine. He also wanted a president who looked into the affairs of the people, not a head of state or not a group of people who were just interested in their well-being. No, that's what he was fighting. So if we have our people present or coming up respecting the people who put them there and doing things for them and not for they themselves, then we would respect the legacy of Solo, who took his blood and showered the democracy, or they say watered the democracy that we have today. At least. Wherever we see things, respect, even the least, is given to that person who pioneered their independence or who pioneered their freedom from something. And Solo didn't just take us from something, he took us from a whole thing. A whole thing. So I just hope Gambians can develop. I know a lot of people have this respect for Solo, and I am just grateful for that. I am grateful for how people respect him, because that's what he deserves. Yeah. Sometimes I don't talk about Solo as his daughter. Yeah. I talk about him as a young Gambian who knew nothing but a dictatorship. And he taking me from that and showed me a broader view of democracy that I used to see outside and didn't have as a young Gambian. I just would like to say thank you. And I would like to do anything to keep up his legacy, which is why we formed the Solo Sandeng Foundation. And we make sure the first thing, the most important thing for the Solo Sandeng Foundation is to keep up his legacy and make sure that it doesn't die and doesn't fade away.
And what is the foundation? What are some of the things that you are undertaking?
So Solo is so passionate about school. He never went to school. Yeah. But so,
I mean, that is the biggest news for me today.
So he went to Dara. He did this Dara Talibe thing, but didn't go to school. So he learned English and everything from Scrabble. That's where Solo learned English, and he taught me English.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how amazing the guy is. So he would call me, do you know this word in English? I'm like, no. Said, okay, this is what it means. So I'll take that and put that in my vocabulary. So it was how amazing he was. He learned it from watching news, reading, trying to read newspapers, but basically from Scrabble, because they form words and stuff. That's how he started. I can't tell you how amazing that guy is. For him to be able to learn and do all of those things by himself, I wouldn't have been able to. So sometimes I can't say anything about him because I don't know how amazing he is. So that's just the thing about him. So going back to the Solo Sandeng Foundation, so he was so passionate about school. So when the grade 9 results are out, Solo would go, he would delegate my sister and himself. Each one takes 2 children or 1 child and goes to the school that the child wants to look for. And most of these children will be children whose parents have passed away, orphans and stuff. So ite ita ni school oto ya result of samba ya make sure school oto ite fana ita ya make sure school oto so nte bita in school. I'm like, seriously? Wow. So we don't have things to do. We just my mother would say, when did you go laku? You be tawala bere dingo laku hani ko meeting ola sita ita. So Mohammed is laughing because the thing used to be so funny at home.
Yeah. I know.
So sometimes it will be rainy season, you will be going through the poto and stuff, but you have to make sure, no matter how many times, if you're delegated with a child, the child has to be in that school. So I remember I went with one child. Her name was Binta. I had to make sure she was at Masrur Senior Secondary School. So that's how he was. And he was the chairman of Nusrat Senior Secondary School PTA and was the chairman of Bakote Proper Lower Basic School PTA. So that is it. He was basically in control of every other thing at the school in Bakote. And I remember he was called chairman. And then my mom used to make fun of him, chairman, Kokri General. Wow. Yeah, so these things give me motivation when I laugh about the things that he did, that I can laugh about, not only cry about losing him. Yeah. And he was one passionate person that would come. He doesn't really have time always, but when he came and has time, we would laugh to death because he would come and start, explaining some stories that we would laugh about. He would call me, come and explain stories. And then when I started saying, nobody will. Wow. So he was that that independent person who would call his children and ask them of any decision that he wants to take. That's how he is. He would sweep for his wife, cook for us, do stuff like that. And people would say, "You man beti ade mo buka fitaro kera mo so akafale." They would say, "Okay, now fatan start doing it." So that's how open and so amazing he was. So because of his passion for education, so we have this in the Solo Sandeng Foundation to also look for funds to make sure we establish and make available scholarships for people. And also we have made sure to try to talk to lawyers who can give free legal advice to victims who need it, and also keeping up his legacy, which is first, and also standing up for victims, because Solo was for people. He was the man of the people in his community, in his life, everywhere. He would wake up in the morning and come back 3 a.m. Walking in the errands of people, traveling, going back and forth, marrying wives for this, funeral this, representing other families. You don't understand him. You just leave him like that. So he would go in the streets and see someone say, "Ngata kondol." He will not even ask you, "Fatu, do you have food at home?" No. So my mom will say, so I'll go and say, "Ba, you must see me." Wow. So one time my mom said, so he brings somebody, a mentally ill someone. Yeah. So he said, "Give him food." So my mom tried to take care of the guy and give him food. And can you imagine the guy, the mentally ill person, ate the food. When he was done, he opened the bowl and put his fishes in it and closed it and put it there for my mom. Wow. So my mom, wow. My mom said, "Pio, ya berekena, ya minati bi ay bola kena bolo kada tunya." Wow. Wow. I'm so glad that I'm able to laugh because of who he is and who he was, and then how he was. Alhamdulillah, you know, that's just a blessing. Wow. Right.
Wow, these are interesting stories that, you know, make us all, even when we become emotional, we want to. Right. So as a father, what kind of father he was? Before he died, was he grandfather at that point? I know you were not married, but your sister was.
Yeah, my brother had a son.
Yeah, what kind of father and grandfather he was?
So he would go running after even not his immediate grandchildren, but you would see that maybe my aunt's children, my cousin's children would come and they would make so much fun. And then they would beat him, and then he would follow them running like the whole place. So they would be careful anytime they want to come home. I remember Fana was there, Fatsaho, they would so disturb my dad. And then my dad was my granddad. Wow. So I remember one time I came to Bruce over here, my then manager was marrying a wife. So we held hands like that, so we were coming. Yeah. So then I came and the guys working at Africell were there, I remember. So I told them, "This is my husband," with full stress now. I said, "What is my?" They said, "Hey, bro, nanga def." They greeted him, so everybody thought he was
your husband.
Yeah, so that's how I introduced him. So they were like, "Hey, bro," playing with him as
and he played it along as well.
He was sitting. So when they said everything that they had to say, he said, "Gis ngeen yeen, man duma sen morom. Yeen yep yeen ak ki. Man my papam." So they were just sneaking out one by one, because of all the jokes and the whole things that they had told him already. Wow. So you find me at home with my dad. He was not my dad. So I would laugh at him sometimes. He'll be like, "You come in jela." Like, "Fonka jela tell her, da mana bija." He said, "Forward it." So that's how he was with everyone. So he would call me baby. He would call my little sister baby senior, baby junior. So that's how we were with my dad. He was basically our grandfather. If you don't know, you would not tell he was my dad.
Wow.
Right.
Now losing him, how has the family taken losing him up to date? I know you and Mohammed went on exile.
All of us went
on exile.
All of
you, the whole family went on exile.
Yes,
and that took a lot away from the family. Yeah. In fact, I saw GoFundMe being set up by certain individuals, which the family just approved of, but did not tell anybody to do it. His death, his commitment to Gambia, his commitment to the cause took everything away from him.
Right.
To the extent that he was trying to build a dream home for his family, but he was not able to complete it. So at this point, when you sit down and you see people celebrate him as who he is, but at a family level, how has the feeling been like?
So, all of these things that I explained to you that we had with him, joking with him, laughing, having so much fun. Imagine taking all that away from me, just in a day.
In a single day.
Yeah. That is how losing him is.
Wow.
To all of us. To my sister, she still has attacks. So like say stressful attacks. So we took him to her I think before I came.
Yeah.
So the doctor said, please don't let her be alone. And she's just 18. She just had 18.
Wow.
Yeah, so the doctor said she thinks a lot and she doesn't have to be alone always. And she keeps thinking because she was so dear to my dad. So that's how stressful it is. My husband would tell you sometimes I would sit because I have this crazy feeling because there was this CD about his torture. There was video about these crazy people who did that. And I didn't watch it because the lawyers advised me, if you want, you can. But we would advise you, you have watched it, you can't.
Yeah,
if you don't want, that's fine. You can.
I saw it, yeah.
So to me, when I sleep or when I can't sleep, I am seeing that video. Yeah. I'm seeing him being tortured and everything. That I shout. I shout. I don't want to see it. I don't like. It's like I'm going crazy. That's what happens to me.
And you seem to be the strongest one. I mean,
strong people break too.
Yeah.
So that's the hardest thing. People think you don't break, but you do.
Yeah.
And I thank God. I'll say this here too. I thank God for my husband. He came at a time when we just lost my dad, not as a husband, but as a support.
Yeah.
He was there. He helped me talk to Tukulor. Tukulor spoke to some people. We managed to leave the Gambia. He has been there from that point. He has been supportive. Guess what? He would hear me cry. And Tukulor would tell me he goes to her and cry too. Wow. But he will give me that arm to every member of my family. So I can't thank him enough for being that father figure. And he promised me that thing. Yeah. I will be solo for you. And then, I wouldn't be grateful if I would be ungrateful if I don't mention that, So it is good to have somebody who would support you when you have to support everybody else.
Yeah.
So it's so important to have that. And I thank God that I have that. Sometimes it's normal to break, really, because you remember all of these beautiful things that could have, I would say I wanted my husband to meet my dad. So I would sit and have all of the crazy thoughts. I would have wished that my daughter Sumaya saw my dad, stuff like that. And those would break me because I knew how loving he would have been with everyone else. So this is how difficult it was for my mother. Up to the time we came back to Gambia, she said my dad was there somewhere.
She believed he was still alive.
Yeah. So I would say, Nima, this is not going to help. He's gone. But she would say, no, he's going to come to court next Wednesday.
Oh.
So my mom sat like that. And the day that Sheikh Omar Jeng revealed in the court that my dad was dead. So we didn't know how to tell my mom. We called in Gambia, my father's elder brother, to call and tell my mom that because we were sitting looking at him. And he said, you people are hiding something. We said, oh no, we're not hiding anything. You're not telling me something. So we all came gathered, we were chatting with her. But that day she fainted when my dad's elder brother had to call her and tell her, Nima, I know it's difficult and I know you don't want to believe this, but Solo is not there anymore. And the people who killed him came out and said that. So she was like, ah. And then we had to be there, Tukulor was on the phone. Please don't cry, Phaatemah. If you cry, it's not going to work. Just make her stop crying. So it's been so difficult for my mom seeing my father as the father figure too. So it's difficult for the family. We've been going through a lot, but you don't come out telling people, yeah, we're going through this and that. As a dignified family that he taught us to be.
Yeah.
We don't go out begging.
Yeah.
We don't go out complaining like, yeah, you owe us, you have to. No. You have to do something for that family. Whose breadwinner gave his life for you to be there.
Yep.
But you want to give a blind eye to that, a deaf ear to that. That sincere family would sit and not come to you and say, hello, don't you know what you have to do? Sometimes it's worth it, but sometimes I tell my mom, you know what? It's not worth it. God gives every mouth what to eat, no matter how much you're struggling. But I will say this, we knew poverty all our lives. So poverty is nothing new to us. We are so much accustomed to it, it doesn't mean anything. The thing is, my father used to make sure we don't feel it. He used to make sure, even if nothing was left in his pocket, we are satisfied.
Yeah.
So that is what we don't have anymore. And that hurts.
Yeah.
But the fact that we want the whole world and whatever, no, we're not overwhelmed with that.
Yeah.
We're not trying to seek attention. But then when my mom spoke, it was time to speak.
It was time to speak.
Because it's disrespectful, renting in people's houses, and they're coming, standing, telling you things that they wanted to say just because you missed 1 month of rentals.
Yeah.
It's so disrespectful. So I told my mom, I think you're right. It is better to have a compound completed because at the end of the day, my dad did this for Gambia.
Yeah.
So we should not be ashamed if Gambians put up something to complete what he was doing
No,
until his
no,
life was
no.
taken because of them.
Yeah.
So at some point I was like, you know, Gambians, so because we had an experience, somebody coming saying, so I contributed something in the Sunday. So he came out and said a horrible thing about my family. And it hurts up to date.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So my husband has a push and pull with him and everything. So because of that, I used to be at some point, I didn't even want anybody to give a butut to my family.
Yeah,
Because
but-
I was like, would he come and justify that? So I have that thing in me. I'm like that. So you shouldn't blame me for that.
know,
And we're so meticulous because of that. But then it has gotten to this point
yeah.
where we just have to let loose a bit.
Yeah.
Because without letting loose, I'm not in a position to build a house right now.
Yep.
We are so young.
There's a
we
family,
didn't start
young
anything.
family. It's a young family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The youngest was 2 years old when my dad went. The oldest was 20-something years old when my dad went. So we all were going to school or just completed school now. Didn't find anything to do in this poor Gambia that we lived in yet.
Yep.
And even now. So I loosened up. I told my mom, you're free. It's okay. You can speak out all that has been buckled up in
And it's
your heart.
important to speak up.
Yeah, she did. It helps too, you
It
know.
helps too, yeah.
So she spoke out. She said, we have a compound that my husband is building. And my wish is to have my own compound that he wished for me and his family to be raised in, that I can raise his kids in, that I know how to raise them, and then the values that I need to teach them, not to raise them in compounds that are rampant and everything. And those people will come and stand and tell me, why didn't you pay my rent? What would I say? Oh, I'm sorry. So you become enslaved by the fact that you're even renting in somebody's house.
Yeah.
And my father wanted to stop that. That's why he was building the house. So him dying stopped everything because none of us had the means.
And then, of course, Gambia wants to support this family. Like the Sandeng family is everybody's family now.
Right.
That is the issue. The Sandeng family is everybody's family.
I
Because
know.
at the end of the day, like one thing that everybody agreed was Solo died for every Gambian.
That's right. That's
he
right.
died to liberate us.
Right.
And this is why we're enjoying this. And for some of us to be able to come back home
Right.
and set up something like this is because he died for every Gambian.
That's right.
And, you know, we want to thank Uncle MB and Tukulor and the rest of the team
Yeah.
that set up the GoFundMe, and the target was 10,000. And everyone was like, but what can 10,000 do?
Right.
I think we can do better. And now we are 15. So we're going to have to call. I'm going to work on also getting some of my friends.
Okay.
I know I have spoken to some people. So one person had agreed to give us almost over 100 bags of cement.
Okay.
So that is there. We'll get that on Saturday.
All right.
And Mr. Jawara also promised $20,000. That's about $400.
Okay.
So that is done. I know I have spoken to 2 or 3 people as well. So I'm just going to call them.
Right.
So we will put the GoFundMe Tukulor and MB.
Yeah.
If you can put the GoFundMe, if you can put it online so we can see if we can raise.
Yeah.
If people can minimum $5, you know, if you can put $5, okay, MB just posted it. If you can donate $5, $10, let's raise $1,000 at least.
Yeah,
for
that's
the GoFundMe.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna call 2 of my friends. I know we have 100 bags of cement. I don't know. He said 100 or 200, something like that. But I
Right.
confirm.
Well, whatever it is,
yes,
it's
and this
meaningful.
person also donated 20,000. Mr. Abubakar Jawara, 20,000. That's
Okay.
about $400. So I spoke to a couple of my friends. I'm gonna call them and see, you know, if we're able to get 100,000 from here, that's about $3,000, $2,000. So,
That's right.
So, you know, we'll see. Let me call. I'm going to call some of my sponsors.
Okay.
Yeah, so at least if we're able to get 2 or 3 of them. And
Right.
Okay. Hey, Alay Sanyam. Yes. Alay Sanyam, be live le de Kerr Fatou. Ibe nyadi? Alay Sanyam, ngal ni tentambal nundilembe. I'm just having an interview with Phaatemah Sandeng. And I'm trying to raise at least some little money for the Solo Sandeng family. You know, Tukulor Nyola they have raised some money they are trying to raise some money. Puru ala kordani ngai min kumasi janing ala kabang puru kawola bang. So I'm trying to call some of my friends to see how much we can, you know, raise for them. So ngomba tunge call Alaisanya Universal Properties not sponsored. Yalo ngato layup. So ngomba tunge call gaji ete be jelle dundi nola.
Anyway, so Fatou amanke ko coming politique koti bori sennombi alon ka fata Gambia de la kola.
Ha.
So kan ala sacrifice o bini ajen tulbe nganna media na transfambulia so. Wole ya sabu. So for that being the case, for the beginning, the 15,000 contribute towards it.
Wow, thank you so much, Alaji. Thank you so much. 15,000 is a lot of money. Thank you so much. Abaraka Bake.
Yeah,
Abaraka, thank you so much. That's about $300. That's
Yeah,
a lot of money.
so we say thank you.
Thank you.
And hearing from you, we are so much grateful for whatever.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Alaji. Abaraka Bake. Okay. I'm gonna call. It's my boss, people, but no boss. So at least we have 20,000. We have 15,000.
Yeah.
So we have some cement. But if you are also watching on Facebook Live, we have the link out there. If you can donate $5, $10, you know. Hello, boss. Boss. Boss, maa ngi la def live de maa ngi live de Kerr Fatou.
Man maa ngi seetaan football nag.
yaa ngi seetaan football.
maa ngi Sénégal waaw.
maa ngi Sénégal waaw léegi xaaral ko boss maa ngi live on Kerr Fatou maa ngi nekk fii ak Phaatemah Sandeng doomi Solo Sandeng bi. dañoo raise xaalis pour jekkali seen kër gi yow xam nga nag si li ma nekk moom dama lay woo. xam naa ne nag yaa ngi si ay ganta nag fu mu ne nii waaye mënuma laa bañ a call. That's my friend, you know, he lost his wife some few weeks ago. Yes.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, so but you know, yow moom si li ma nekk foog ma call la. léegi nag dama bëgg nag xam naa ne nag dinaa jaar si yow tam nga def sa contribution si pour li nga xam ne mooy li ñoo liggéey pour ñu jekkali këri Solo Sandeng bi. waaw. ñëpp a ngi laa déglu.
waaw kay dinañ seet naka lañ ko defal du I don't know dañ la yokk ciment daal ciment.
di nga yokk ciment daal.
naa leen yokk ciment xamaguma how many bags.
waaw. yow
naka lay toll daal ba ma xool suma office waaye nag mën naa leen a yokk ciment daal incha allah.
jeex na tak yow loo wax rek xam naa ne yow man yow moom loo wax xam naa ne di nga def dara.
incha allah.
thank you.
kontaan naa ci wóolute bi ak wóolute bi yooyu noonu.
yow nag yow waruma la woon a woo sax waaye nag Gambie moom bu may call yow bokk nga si ñi may njëkk a call. waaw thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah. He's the CEO of Lotto Game.
Yeah, I heard. I saw that on Facebook about the wife.
Yeah, so you know he's mourning, but you know for him I have to call him because he's my.
Well, you know your people, so I'll let you.
Yes. So I'm gonna call. I think I call him. He's gonna give us some cement.
Okay.
Ibrahim also told me. I think he told me amount. I even know how much. Let me call him. So we have 200 bags of cement. That was the latest. That's confirmed. 20,000 is confirmed. 15,000 is confirmed, and another cement, which is we don't know the amount. So I'm gonna get EJ also. Uncle MB, if you can contact Lamin Jaune, he just pledged €100 for the program. So we want people to send in their pledges and we will read it out here so that we can contact them. We want to raise at least $1,000. That's different from what we're doing here.
What we're doing here.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So, at least
I thought you were going to combine everything.
No, I mean, no. Because what we have here, the 200 bags of cement, that is about $75,000.
Okay.
Plus the 20, and that's almost 100,000. So that's $2,000.
Okay.
But I want to, you know. Yeah.
Okay.
So I want us to do some different something on the page also, so we can get at least, you know, we can get something. So
okay.
Aja said $300. Yeah, Aja Fati. Aja is.
So you already got 400.
400.
Yeah,
yes.
because with the €100.
Guys, come on, don't disappoint me. I want $1,000, so let's do it. I have 300 already. So Aja is 300, and the other one is €100.
Yeah.
So let's see who else comes in. Please say, Suma sister. Say, I want you to pledge something right now and put it under GoFundMe. I know some of you have donated already, but this is on behalf of me.
A lot of people have done.
Yes, but this is on behalf of me.
I hope they're not saying you're putting them on the spot.
Yes, I am putting them. So Amadou Jabi is donating $30. Yes, thank you, Amadou. Thank you so much. So say Mukek Sane, can you put on something? So because I want them to, this is on behalf of Kerr Fatou. So.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
So we see how Kerr Fatou will do.
Yeah, let's see how Kerr Fatou will do. I'm going to, my people are coming there. Abdu Mane is donating $25. So MB, please take note. Fatou Dabo, Lawyer Dabo's sister Fatou Dabo is donating $100. Thank you,
so
thank
good.
you.
Thank you.
And my sister Jammeh Sar Sise is donating $30 from UK. Thank you, Jammeh. Abaraka Bake. Let's see. Lamin Jaune says he's a native of Dipakunda. So Lamin Jaune, he says, yeah. Abdullah K. Jawara, I will donate $10,000 is tomorrow. Send me the contact. Thank you, Lamin K. Jawara. I'll contact you right away. $10,000 is for he's in Gambia.
Oh, $10?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So Janko Cham, €30. Janko Cham is donating. Thank you, €30. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. And so I'm waiting on more people. So Muhammadu Damfa, he said he will send 400. Send it through RIA. 400. Is it euro or pound? Pounds, right? He said 400 pounds. Wow. So I'm getting close to my $1,000. I am getting close.
So 400 pounds should be more than $400 for you.
Yes. My sister. Yes, we must make it. We must make it to $1,000 tonight, please. Right. We're almost there, but let's push. Let's push.
Right.
And
so MB has to tell you what you have already.
I don't know. MB is not telling me. MB. So MB, can you tell me?
Nobody's taking note.
Is anyone taking note of what?
Close. I'm sure you
I'm getting close, but if they tell me how much I'm making, so I can, just know how much we're making, because I want to also know who is pledging. Thank you so much, cousin Hadija. Thank you so much. So who else is going to rescue me? From Aminata. Okay, somebody. Okay, MB, take this number as well. £100. Mr. Jabi he said it's from Aminata, and Aminata's number is also there. His number from the UK. So it's €100. So no, this one is a pound, £100. Oh yeah. So that's £100. So who else is coming to rescue me? I know we have made $1,000 now. Right. So let's push it to $1,500. Let's push it to $1,500.
You're pushing the target.
Yeah, because we made it. So, but MB is not giving me any figures. You know, MB, I love to push. Like, so he's not. Nebuso, ile.
No, Nebuso is a personal sister. So
Nebuso
she should
is
be able
my
to.
wife and the person.
Really?
Yeah. So Nebuso.
She has been a big sister of the Red Cross for a long time.
Oh wow! So yeah. Oh, it's euro, not pounds. Okay, I don't even know. Because I don't know the sign. I only know a dollar sign.
Oh, really?
They just So yeah, Nebuso, are you pledging something on my behalf for the Sandeng house? So they said it's euro, not pound. Okay, euro. All good. Thank you, guys. Thank you. So Nebuso, I'm waiting for your pledge. Now, I know your mom, the mala forcing a pledge by force. Nebuso, £100. Yes.
Oh, really?
Oh, thank you so much, Nebuso.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nebuso. Thank you so much. So Lamin Jauna said, call this number between Ibrahima. Man la Kerr Fatou maa ngi nii live nag xam nga Ibrahima nag xam nga man si lu ma nekk rek yow danga see bokka maa ngi def fundraising for the Sandeng solo Sandeng kiram bi ñoo bëgg a def fundraising bi so ma ne leen nag suma boss nag foog ma call ko xam nga nag ku dugga Kerr Fatou li nga njëkk a gis rek mooy EJ investment. Yeah, you are one of our biggest partners and you have been very supportive to us and su luñ dugga rek dang ci dee dugga. So this, so mané nak mangi live, mangi la def live nak len har len ma call suma boss. Mom tam mu sani tuti si contribution di. I call a couple of people and they contributed. Mané har ma call la yow tam nga contribute something. Nga wax ñu rek.
Yeah, we'll definitely contribute.
Okay.
Yeah, xam nga ñun moom Kerr Fatou nekk rek ñoo nekk ci biir.
Ah kañ.
So that's for sure.
Wow, okay.
Yeah,
so
definitely contribute.
Okay.
Okay,
so kon ëllëg dinaa fa ñëw den ëllëg war a gannaaw dinaa fa jaar ma jël si ko de.
No problem, do that.
All right, thank you so much.
Moom lu mu secret moom between us la boobu woore.
bu ma ko wax gars yi bu ma ko wax si kaw de xam.
waaw suñu diggante la.
suñu diggante la xam naa loolu Phaatemah mu ngi fi doomi Solo Sandeng bi maama ma fi nekk xam naa mu ngi laa nuyu Phaatemah, you want to say hello?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you already. Si li nga pledge ñu ngi laa jaaramal di la jaajëfal tamit jërëjëf. Okay, thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much, Ibrahima. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. So guys, you know, so I want more people from, you know.
From your entourage?
Yeah, more people from my people here. Yen nak bu len ma ruslo. Naka ana MB? Uncle MB. MB na ma wax ñaata la am bi. He's going to tally it. Let me know how much so we can, you know. So I know from here we have 200 bags of cement from one of my friends, 200 bags.
Yeah.
And we have 20,000 from Mr. Abubakar Jawara. We have 15,000 from Universal Properties.
Okay.
And then we have EJ Investment definitely coming, and Lotto Gaming definitely also coming.
Excellent.
So they are all coming. So I know that what for the money, 200 bags cement is about 75,000.
Okay.
$25,000 is plus 20. That's 95 plus 15. That's 105 plus different from these two. So we have 100,000 from different from these two, which have not said the amount.
Okay.
So that is about $2,000.
All right.
You know.
Okay, apart.
From plus some others.
Okay.
So you know, I know we are hitting about 3,000
so
in this end. So that's good. So I want 1,000 plus from my Facebook people too.
Right. Well,
okay, 10 bags of cement. Yeah, Buakar's Bob Keta, 10 bags of cement.
Oh, really?
Oh, thank you, Bob. Thank you so much, Bob. Thank you. Thank you so much, Bob. So Bob said 10 bags of cement. So that is good. We want to say thank you to everyone.
All right. We are grateful. And then having, even if not me, because I'm already with someone else somewhere else.
Yeah.
But when the little kids feel that they are at home and they would not need to be transferring from one place to the other, that means a lot.
Yeah.
That gives my mom that relief. I'll tell you, so stressful and traumatizing. And when you speak to her, you feel stressed too.
Yeah.
You know, a mom, you know, who has all the kids to look after by herself.
Yeah.
You know, even though you might be comfortable, but she would never be.
Yeah.
She is never comfortable. Even if you tell her, relax, you're fine.
Yeah.
She is not relaxed, knowing that she is in somebody else's place.
Yeah.
So it means a lot, and then we are going to be grateful. Initially, I just felt like, oh my God, why are they doing this? I can't ask people. If people give me, they might come saying, oh yeah, we contributed something. So, but my mom told me, what do you think your father deserves?
Yeah.
He deserves this. And then I had
yeah.
to have a rethink. I was like, well, it's just normal. Anybody who thinks that way, trying to justify what you do for the family, you're just not grateful for what he did for you. So we are also thankful to everybody, everyone who's done anything for the family in one way or the other, either in cash or kind or only support.
Yeah.
We are grateful for everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think this guy, King Sports, December Jotna people, he's donating $3,000. Thank you very much, brother.
Thank you.
Thank you. 4-day camera. Let me see. 40. How many bags of cement?
40 bags of cement from 4-day camera in Dipakunda. That's a friend of mine.
Oh, thank you so much, 4-day. Thank you. Thank you. So, yeah, 4-day. Yeah, thank you so much, 4-day. Fatih Haidara. Which Fatih Haidara is this? $20,000. Wow, great. Thank you so much, Fatih Haidara, $20,000.
Yeah.
So I see my sister here also, Lali Diab.
So we also have this this person in Gambia who you could always call to give your Gambian contributions.
Yeah.
And she'll be glad to collect it anyway because she's the agent here right now.
Okay.
So her number is 3826191, if I'm not mistaken. 3826191. Okay. Yeah, Mohammed just posted
the
it.
number. Mohammed, can you post it again?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah. So that's the number. That's Yamuna Fal, who's here for and she's part of the setting, not from us, but from those who organize the GoFundMe. And I know she's a trusted person to the family who is also taking all the contributions that are back here in the country and then saving them somewhere so that people will pledge and they might not be able to come to you to bring it, or they might not know where to take it. So they could contact the number and they could meet up, or they could just take it to her, or she could come.
Sariba Baji $200. Yeah, thank you, Sariba. And we have Ma'am Amisise, 50 pounds, and her number is there. MB, can you take note? We're not just doing this we're doing this for ourselves.
Yeah.
We're doing it to feel that we're giving back to somebody who gave everything.
Yeah.
He gave it all for us. When he was going out, he didn't think about the house he was building.
Right.
He didn't think about what would have happened.
The 2-year-old child that he left
behind. Yeah, so he didn't think about all of that. So for us, it's more of let's also do our contribution. So it's not, you know, okay, Phaatemah said, done. Good. Thank you so much. Thank you, Phaatemah. Thank you so much. So for all of you watching, thank you very much. If you can go to the GoFundMe, MB, if you can put the GoFundMe one more time, if you can put in $5, $10, we are not saying no to anything. Just drop something in there, and $5 is a lot of money, and we want to thank you so much. And finally, Phaatemah. And before we go, you know this, I know we talked about rape and all this, but since you guys spoke up, there have been so many people coming out and speaking.
So we see women breaking the silence of what has happened to them a long time ago.
Yeah.
So we want to believe them. We would have to believe these women.
Yeah.
Because things happen to women and they can't come out speaking about it. Because what? We have a culture of keep quiet about it because your family's dignity, your family's, you know, name is at risk. So you deal with the pain. You die inside, but don't say anything. So if we keep dying inside, if we keeping quiet, then it means that person who did that to me can do it to someone else.
Yeah.
So it trends, and then poorly, we can see women here at least having a little control over themselves, but the children, the women in the rural areas, they have no powers. And this thing about the family settings or family name is even more in the rural area. You have people whose uncles, whose aunts, whose dads even rape them or sexually harass them, but they can say anything. And their moms tell them, keep quiet. They are married off to their rapists. How psychologically is that person going to leave? So we need to stop it. It's not only breaking the silence and making that person speak, but also let us make this stop.
Wow.
And we are not saying all men. We have men who are supporting women on this because they know the value of women. They know the value of their mothers, their sisters, their daughters. So we know men who stand by women. And we want all those rapists all out there who think women are people they can just jump onto and do whatever they want to do, to realize that women are so much precious that they don't have to jump on you. Ask for consent. She doesn't want, that's fine. There are a lot of people who wants to give consent. So, you know, just pleading again, please, this is not the solution. And if we want the solution, if we want a Gambia that moves forward, we need to respect women and also build something within ourselves. You're not a good person. You're not a better person when you have this thing in you, an obsession of destroying other people's lives.
Wow.
Honestly.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that inspiring word. Thank you, Musa Danjo. Musa is donating €20. Thank you very much. And we want to thank everyone that donated to the GoFundMe. Like I said, after the show, if you have a $10, a €10, please donate it. We want to make sure we hit the target, the 20,000 by the end of this weekend. But also, if you are in the Gambia, we have this number 38. I think it's
26191.
3826
191.
191 3826 191.
That you can call.
And for those people who have donated the 200 bags of cement and the 15,000, the 20,000, and EJ Investment and my boss Lotto
they can still call that same number and say I have bags of cement, and you'll be communicated and we will have a pickup on
so the Saturday one, the 200 bags of cement we can pick on Saturday. So I'll give the number to Mohammed and to go coordinate and they can pick it up. Thank you very much, Phaatemah.
You're welcome,
and thank you, Mohammed, for coming. We really appreciate it. And thank you for the sacrifice your family have done for this country.
Thank you for having us here.
And thank you so much. And to you all, thank you for donating and keep donating. And let's help build this dream home that Solo wanted to build for his family. Good night to you all. See you next week on Kerr Fatou.